Hey, Jacynta'lee, welcome to Pop Rock Radio. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Oh, I'm great. It's been a while in the making getting you here to have a chat, but you're here.
Oh, absolutely. I am truly apologise for last time.
No,
I was
that's not your fault.
very down with double pneumonia, unfortunately. I had the best time over at Stagecoach in the States and came back and developed some really not very good illness. So that was a bit of a cloud over the release for That's All Right. Actually, the whole release period, I was extremely sick. So it's great to finally be able to catch up with you.
How did you get through it being sick? Because I know you were really crook.
Yeah. Look, there was a couple of trips to hospital involved. There was steroids, antibiotics, all of the things, which were just natural anyways. But, also with that sense of urgency, because I didn't have any time to have downtime at that time. So, it was a bit stressful, but we're back. We're all guns blazing now, which is awesome.
Oh, tell us all about Stagecoach, was it? Stagecoach? Did I get it right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stagecoach Festival. So that's Indio, California.
Yep.
And it's predominantly country, but we had the likes of Paris Hilton there. T-Pain was there. We got MGK up, Machine Gun Kelly up with Jelly Roll. It was insane. The caliber of the American country music and just general music industry is extraordinary.
Yeah, because I was thinking before you got online about. I'm glad you brought up about the American artists at the festival, because I was thinking how, like, when you look at country music, and especially in Australia, how, because you're from North Queensland, and I've lived in Cairns for a few years way back in the day, how
amazing
Queensland and North Queensland is really entrenched in this new version of country music coming through, the pop rock type country style music, and then having these American artists come through, like when you're in the festival, like you said, Jelly Roll, Machine Gun Kelly. How, because they're the type of people I would picture kicking back in North Queensland at a pub, throwing down a couple of great northerns. So
absolutely, we need to introduce them to the Australian customs, I reckon.
yeah. So how was it in Stagecoach, having them there and getting all excited, and is there much connection between what was at Stagecoach and what we do in Australia?
So naturally, and I don't want to get hung for saying this, but naturally, you go off your own experiences, and you do tend to compare when you go to a lot of different events. And, I feel like Stagecoach is just, obviously the American population compared to the Australian population, America's got upwards of, 300 million people. Australia has 27 million, 28 million. So obviously their festival is going to cater for the demand over there. So it's very exciting for an Australian to step into that environment and see just how on steroids everything is. Like, you go to an Australian festival, it's designed for our population. So, or the amount of ticket sales that they expect to sell, lately a lot's been selling out, which is fantastic for Australia. I couldn't be more excited. But when you step into the American scene, it's set up for a much larger crowd. And, it's set up to be able to manage that many people as well. So, for example, restrooms and things, there's so much more available because they're expecting so many more people, I think.
All right, now I'll probably get into trouble for making these comments, these ones, but they've got to be said. Who parties harder, them or us?
Australia.
Yeah. I was going to say, because your video clips, the last two I've looked at, That's All Right, and Get Me Some, there's a lot of drinking and partying going on in those video clips.
Exactly.
How do I get an invite into one of the video clips?
Pardon?
How do I get an invite into some of them video clips to have some shots and things?
You just have to ask. You're more than welcome. More than welcome to jump on in. Absolutely.
I had to ask because, like, Get Me Some, Oh, sorry. That's all right. There's drinking in the bath going on, and other people drinking in the background. And how fun would it have been to be making those video clips? Everyone off their tree.
It honestly was. So the That's Alright music video, my most recent release, that was very tame. That was actually filmed in my house.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. You know, my wardrobe was just right upstairs. My makeup, everything that I needed was right there. However,
the
the
whiskey
Get Me
cabinet.
Some music video was... Pardon?
The whiskey cabinet.
Yeah. The Get Me Some music video was filmed at my hometown pub. So that was filmed at Malanda Pub. I was running late with hair and makeup, and we put on a bar tab for everyone who was involved in the pub scene. So by the time I got there,
it had gone.
Everyone was half charged and they were having an incredible time, which was great. You know, it sort of created a really relaxed atmosphere for me to jump up and be like, all right, guys. So Get Me Some was very true to what it looks on the TV. Whereas I'll let you in on a little secret. When I was in the bath drinking out of the flask, that was in fact apple juice. So
oh no, you've let me down.
That wasn't whiskey. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you could have led me let me believe it was whiskey or something in there. So what is the what's your poison of choice? Being a country girl and a singer, what do you drink?
So I used to I was right into CC.
Yep.
You know, a while back, Canadian Club and Dry was my drink of choice. It's changed a few times. It went over to Jack Daniels, and then last year, another fun fact about me is I had some pretty extreme surgery. I had liver surgery last year. So, you know, that was, I mean, it wasn't related to drinking or anything. It was just something that I had to have.
But it is related to drinking because you can't drink as much with liver damage, can you?
Well... That's exactly right. No. So there was a lot of prep involved in that. But yeah, now it's clear spirits. It's vodka.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. I remember up in when I was up in Cairns, the old Bundy used to make an appearance. I'm not a big Bundy fan because it's too sweet for me. I'm always like the Jim Beam or Jack Daniels or something like that. But being North Queensland, I thought you would have been right into the Bundy.
No, I did. Look, when I was 18, 19, definitely. But I think I had a few too many big nights. We used to head out to all the rodeos. There's a great rodeo circuit up there.
Yeah.
And we did, Laura Rodeo, Normanton Rodeo, Ainsley. Easter at Ainsley was always incredible weekend, and you get no phone service, so it was even better. You know, you could just enjoy the weekend and not have to worry about the outside world. And I was into my Bundy rum and cola tins back then, back before they were the new label. Like they've changed labels since then. But I did used to love it, but I think I just went a little bit too hard on it there for a while at all the rodeos, and I sort of switched up pretty quick. Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us a bit. We're going to change course a bit here and get back to the music. Tell us a bit about your music journey so far.
So I began performing live on stage when I was 6.
Yep.
I know that sounds really young and probably a little bit random without the context. So my mum is a vocal coach, and she has been for 30 years. So I grew up with my mum, who was actually training her own voice. She was going to see another teacher.
Yep.
And anytime she'd go in and see Paula, her name was, I'd sort of, you know, tag along, and I started joining in my mum's vocal exercises and, you know, trying to get those notes, and mum's trying to coach me like, oh, you know, open your mouth a little bit and think of the top of your head and, you know, all of the little techniques that we have to use. And I ended up getting it. And my mum was, she registered to enter into a talent quest. I think it was the Arana Country Music Club Talent Quest. It was somewhere down near Dubbo in New South Wales. And I said, oh, Mum, can I join in? Like, can I, you know, register in the juvenile section? I was 6. And Mum was like, yeah, absolutely. And I won 3rd.
Yeah.
And like, you would have thought when I won third that I'd won the whole show, because I was just, oh my goodness, I've got a trophy. This is the coolest thing ever. I love doing this. And that's how it all started. So I didn't stop from then on. When I was 6 and I won third place down in Dubbo. And 2009, I was awarded it was sponsored by the Tamworth Council, the Academy, so Junior Academy Scholarship.
Yep.
Back then it was called Camerata, but it's since changed to, Junior and Senior Academy.
Yep.
And that was mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. I'm from far north Queensland, so my exposure to the rest of Australia, I guess, wasn't huge. In 2009, I was sort of, in saying that, my parents did drive me around to all the talent quests. We went far and wide for talent quests, but I guess you could say my network wasn't massive. So when I rolled into Camerata, which is Junior Academy, I met, all of these other like-minded peers that were my age. I spent 10 days, 2 weeks with, Australian country music mentors that have been in the industry for longer than I'd been alive.
Yep.
And that also sort of changed my entire perspective on where I wanted to go. We heard a lot about the statistics of people that, make it in the industry, statistics of people that don't, how we're all sort of like lunatics with the creative minds, in general. And I learned so much there. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to go back to school.
Yep.
I just wanted to stay in Tamworth and hang out with my new friends that I'd known for 10 days and never return to the real world. So once I was forced to return to the real world, I really worked on developing my craft. So my voice, what I wanted to say as an artist, find my sound, through my teen years, and here we are now. So 2021 sort of kicked it off, my very first introduction to the world with Dream.
Yep.
And I was very proud of that song, because it was exactly, I wrote that song by myself. There was no co-writers on that one, and it was exactly where I was in my mind and in my life at the time.
Yep.
So I thought that was a really great introduction. And fast forward to 2025, and there's plenty more singles out there, and I've had a bunch more fun, and we're not even close to finished yet.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, which is your favourite track you've done so far? Every parent's got a favourite child, so you've got to tell us.
Yeah, that's tough. So in respect to the ones that are already released, I would have to say Get Me Some.
Yep.
I absolutely love country blues and country rock. So when I stepped into the studio with M Squared, so Michael De Lorenzo's Michael Painter down in Melbourne, I went in with a concept. I already had parts of it written, but it wasn't finished. And I said, I want this one to be really almost sassy. I want it to feel like, oh, yeah, all I want to do is just have a good time tonight, I want to go out and enjoy myself. And with the influences of the country rock, country blues, and we collectively, but those guys, they nailed it. That's the exact sort of vibe I wanted, and that's my personal, I guess, favorite style of country, mixed into just one song that's mine. So I thought that was really cool. I love Get Me Some. However, there is plenty more in stock, as I said, and they're on their way to being rolled out shortly.
Yep.
And there is one in particular that's on its way. It's not, in fact, the next one that's coming out. Sorry, my UE boom just decided to shut down. It's not the next one that's coming out, but it is. It's a I think it's a cracker. It's called The Past I Go Back To. That's a bit of an exclusive.
Yep.
That's still on its way in a few months, but that to date is my personal favorite.
Oh, wicked. Now, I'll definitely get into trouble for this next sort of comments.
I love it.
You're releasing songs, like you release a song, you work it, you tour it, you promote it, then you release another one and you do the same thing. And eventually you get your album out, and it goes over a period of time.
Yes.
And you work it and you slog it and you grind it, because you're trying to get it out and you're trying to get it on the charts and you're trying to get it up. What? There's a specific artist, or a couple of specific artists, not Australian that I'm aware of, but overseas, they go and dump 10 songs, bang, 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 bang in a row. How do you think that affects local artists? Even though local artists are struggling to get airplay because artists like these dump 10 songs in a row, so they're commanding all the airplay. They come out and do a tour, they're touring, and they just don't support any Australian artists. What do you think about that?
That is a tough question. You know, I will admit it makes it difficult, particularly for independent artists.
Yep.
And I can only speak as an independent artist. I'm not signed.
Yep.
It makes it difficult purely because we dedicate so much of our money to, you know, even just one single.
Yeah.
And our listening audience, I mean, I don't know how many of these guys that are listening to this would actually understand how much it costs to record and then promote. So publicists, distributors do music videos. As a female in particular, you know, hair, makeup bookings for the single art and for the music video, the outfits. So the point that I'm getting at is it's very expensive as an independent artist, even just to release a single.
Yep.
So that's obviously why it's a lot more popular just to start banging out a bunch of singles rather than dropping 10 songs at a time.
Yep.
Because, you know, me personally, I've put all my hard-earned money into, you know, one song. I can't really afford to do, well, hypothetically, I can't afford to do 10 songs at once. Because, you know, it sets you back a lot. And, you know, my personal opinion is if you can do it and you love it and you can afford to do it, whether you're independent or you've got a label behind you, absolutely go for it. I sort of put myself in I don't know, from the perspective of the artist. And, you know, if it's their passion and what they love to do, then absolutely drop 10 songs at once.
Yep.
But it does get a little bit difficult when, you know, you sort of sit back and think about it and you consider that it could be, you know, a marketing ploy and to, you know, consume the top 10 songs in the, you know, whatever chart it is. And I know that was a really roundabout answer, but I think there's a lot of things that you have to consider when you're answering that question.
Yeah, it was a pretty big question.
Me personally.
Yep.
Yeah. From me personally, it makes it tough because I'm independent. So I don't have people that are going to be like, here's a few grand to go out and do, you know, whatever you need to do to drop 10 songs at once.
Yeah.
So it does make it tough. I guess all that I could ask is that, you know, more people would try and search out independent artists that they love, support them, even just by, you know, listening to their tracks, and whether that's, you know, on their computer or on their chosen streaming platforms or radio or whatever. Just buy their merch, go and see their shows when they're doing shows, you know, buy tickets if they're ticketed shows even, you know, just support as much as you can because, it costs us a lot of money to be able to do what we do when we're independent.
We've made it a little bit easy for people to help support the artists. So that QR code there, we've created Pop Rock Dizzy to help distribute the music around and the social media around. So that'll go to your page on Pop Rock Dizzy. On Pop Rock Dizzy, there's links to all your website and all your socials. So people have got no excuse to not go to your website, not go to your social media. And then when they get to your website, they can go to your shop.
Incredible!
Yeah. So I'm just loading it up now on the screen.
Guys.
So now they can go to the shop and it's got like tour information. There's like teas. There's the teas. And there's something else there, Western. I've got to check that out in a sec. But yeah, so there's no excuse for people not to go and support their artists because it's the links, the QR code's right there. And it'll take everyone to all your socials. And then, so they can go to your website and support you because that's the only way that make it a point in every video to mention to people that they have to support an artist, especially independent artists. The best way is going to the actual websites and their socials, giving them a like, love, purchasing off their site and getting some merch. So
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely. And on social media, I mean, if you don't like the track, there's no one, asking you to do it. If you don't like it, then just purely don't share it. But it's always helpful when you get that group of people that the song really appeals to. They love it. It's so helpful when it's shared around. That's a new audience. It's something that I've always been extremely grateful for, and we all are. I'll speak on behalf of all of us independent artists. It's very, very helpful and inspiring. It makes us want to keep going. So
and if you're in North Queensland through July and August, you've got a couple of shows. Bowen. Oh, I can tell you some stories about Bowen. Marimba. Yeah, I was in Bowen one year for Anzac Day. This is back in the early 90s, and oh my God, it turned messy. It was a mess, but yeah, it was good. It was good fun though. Yeah,
you celebrated well.
Yeah. It was it was good. It was a big day. So yeah, that was huge. So there's the shows coming up there. I did have something else to mention on the tip of my tongue, and it has totally just gone. Oh, do you intend doing any tours around anywhere else other than Queensland? Is there anything in the works?
Absolutely. So I do Tamworth Country Music Festival each year.
Yep.
I'm headed back down in 2026, so there will be a ton of shows in Tamworth.
Yep.
So a bit of a timeline for me. So I'm obviously quite busy with gigs.
Yep.
Starting on the 26th of July, or 27th, sorry, of July. There's more releases coming, and with those releases, there will be an EP coming out.
Yep.
Once the EP release is out and live in the world, then I will be touring this EP, and it will extend further than Queensland.
Oh, we could hopefully WA.
I'm excited and I'm nervous.
Yeah, the worst thing about bands coming to WA, it's so far to go. I just got an email. It's so far to travel from the East Coast all the way over to WA. It's such an expensive thing. So we appreciate every artist that comes this way. So hopefully we'll see you over here one day.
That on my list.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep. I love it over there. I love Perth. I haven't really done too much in WA, to be honest. I've been to Perth. I did Fremantle Beach, and we rode push bikes around Rottnest Island. But I've heard about Esperance and Monkey Mire, and I'd love to get up to Broome. And I want to come over there. So if I can, I will.
Yeah, you could look up the Mandurah Country Festival. They do one. They've got one kicking off. They do every year now, and that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's a nice place to have a launch pad from. Because then from Mandurah, you're not far from Rockingham, and then Fremantle, then obviously Rottnest Island, but you're also close to going down south, Margaret River, and the rest of it as well. So it's a beautiful place, and they do have a pretty good festival going on down there. So
incredible! I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, so it's great. You've got the EP down the track. You've got more music coming out, more shows. Lots of shows, so you're pretty busy, which is really, really good. So we really thank you for taking time out of your day to come and have a chat with us. So
thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And these questions have been fantastic, It's stuff that I haven't really considered or thought about before. So thank you for this. I really appreciate you having me today.
We like to try and make it a little bit different, because the worst thing from point of view of from an artist and from a someone watching, the same questions and the same things over and over again. And I watch myself, because I do get myself into a bit of trouble sometimes where I do start repeating, and I'm like, I've got to come up with new questions. So this is what I'm going to do now. I've got my pink cards. These are 10 random questions. I've got to pull out 10 cards. So let me just count these out for a sec. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are 10 random questions that no other normal adult would ask another adult. This is what we'd like to call this Get to Know. So this is Get to Know Jacynta'lee.
Okay.
All right, and you can't say Queensland to this question. Right, so I these are completely random out of my pile. What is your favourite team, as in sporting team?
Melbourne Storm.
Melbourne's. Tell you what, you should have said Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs or Fremantle Dockers. That would have scored your top points.
I know nothing about AFL. I know nothing.
Oh, either did I till I moved to WA. Then it's just grown on me. Hey, what was your first pet?
My first pet was a Maltese called Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was my best friend.
Yep. Did he used to make fun of people? Was he a Malteser?
No. But she was just a cute little white fluff ball, and she just used to get in the way of cars, and I was devastated. Yep.
Oh, no, that's not very nice at all. Who's your favourite singer or band?
Right now?
Yep.
Ella Langley.
Yep.
I am absolutely loving everything that I'm seeing of her at the moment, and I think she's just a really down-to-earth chick.
Yep.
Just from what I've seen.
When I ask that question to other people, I always dread it because there is so many artists and entertainers and bands out there that I know that whoever's going to answer that question is going to mention a band or a singer that I don't know. So I really, because there's so many talented artists out there, it's crazy. But okay, what's your favourite song to sing in the shower?
So right now, again, this has changed a lot, obviously.
Yep.
But right now I'm really loving sing in the shower though. I like belting out songs in the shower because the acoustic, there's an echo in the bathroom. Yep. So I'd honestly go for as far as shower songs, a Celine Dion song.
Oh, yep.
It's all coming back to me now. Where it's just the echo through the bathroom. You just feel like you're in a stadium. So Celine Dion, it's all coming back to me now. Yep. That'd probably be the one for the shower.
Cool. How old were you when you knew you wanted to be an artist?
I knew I wanted to be an artist, effective camerata in 2009. Oh my goodness, that's actually so long ago. So I was 17.
Yep.
Cool. And I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yep. What was your favourite subject at school?
HPE, physical education.
Yep.
I love running around.
All right. Who's your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush, Morgan Wallen.
Yep. Fill in the gap. I can't live without
my dog.
Your dog. A place you want to visit before you die.
Alaska.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Favorite milkshake flavor?
Banana.
Oh, cool. It's like banana quick or something. Is it?
Yeah, I love banana milkshakes or banana smoothies, but some places do banana milkshakes. I love banana.
In Woolies, they've got this flavouring for your ice cream and things. They're in a white bottle, right? And I forget the brand of them, but they have strawberry, banana, and caramel. And I tell you what, they're the best flavourings I've ever tasted in my life. It's like so coming home and having a banana milk is just like amazing. So
I love it too. Yes.
I'm going to have to go have one now in a second. Hey, and last question. What is your spirit animal?
My spirit animal. So this isn't self-proclaimed. This is from what my sister tells me. Yep. She says that I have Labrador energy. So, she has black cat energy and I have Labrador energy. So I'd have to... I know there's so many animals out there that I could, if I thought a bit harder, but I'd have to say a Labrador, a dog, a really excited dog. One that would jump up on you and you'd have to be like, okay, calm down.
Yeah. My two dogs are over there sleeping and snoring. Well, I'm surprised you can't hear them snoring.
Mine is too. I've got my little Kelpie right here and I was hoping she wasn't going to bark while I was talking to you. I was like, all right, Carl, it's time to go to sleep.
I've got a French Bulldog and a British Bulldog, and they know the moment that someone gets online and the lights all go on and Dad starts talking, they start talking too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I'm like, I dread it every time I'm trying to turn everything on without them noticing. So they're down there snoring in front of the heater, so they're happy.
Beautiful. It's nice and cold over there.
It is at the moment, but for me, anything under 27 degrees and 80% humidity is cold.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I feel it. I feel every little temperature drop. It's like, I'm sitting here with Ugg boots on and jeans on, and I've got my T-shirt on at the moment because I've got every heater in the house cranking to try and warm it up.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
So anyway, Jacynta'lee, thank you very, 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 very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no, it's be like now you're part of the family. Like I tell everyone, you've been on here once. You always got to come back. So
absolutely, it's been so much fun. Thank you so much for having me and for your time today.
Can't wait for the next time. I'm looking forward to it already. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, mate.
All right, see you next time.
Day.
You too.
See you later.
Bye.